Hello, ladies. Welcome to Self Love Over Sacrifice, where we talk about all things related to women's issues. Now, today we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and her weird delusional fans who are constantly coming at Kayla Nicole, which is Travis Kelce's ex, the man that Taylor Swift is currently engaged to. In Taylor Swift's most recent song, Opal Light, she throws shade at Kayla Nicole. Now listen to one of these lyrics. You couldn't understand it while you felt alone. You were in it for real. She was in her phone. And you were just a pose. Now it's alleged that these lyrics were geared towards Kayla Nicole and Travis Kelce when they were dating. He was kind of getting on her about her being in her phone, and she was complaining that he wasn't paying her any attention, and so she was getting attention from strangers in her phone. It's giving mean girl-ish. It's giving mean high school immature behavior from a 35-year-old woman. Now, I have no issues with Taylor Swift. I think that she is a very smart marketing genius. I also like some of her songs, but I do find her behavior to be odd because she has this fake persona of being really innocent, and she's far from it, in my humble opinion. Her fans have this weird obsession with trying to humble Kayla Nicole because Kayla Nicole is an ex of Travis Kelce. And I also think that the world in general don't like seeing black women specifically being catered to or loved on by men in interracial relationships, and especially white men. Now, I personally don't think Travis Kelce is attractive. That's just me, because when he was with Kayla Nicole, he kind of had this persona of a black dude. He kind of dressed a certain type of way, and you can see that he's dressed differently now that he is dating or engaged to Taylor Swift. He dressed more like a black dude when he was dating Kayla Nicole. That's just my personal opinion. And of course, when Kayla Nicole and Travis Kelce broke up, both black men and white women had a field day with this. And I just want to circle back to Taylor Swift and her fans. I find it odd that she will not call her fans off of Kayla Nicole. I don't get it, because you are a white woman in this country who's a billionaire, who have the world eating out the palm of your hands, and yet you can't even say, look, it's not that serious. Stop bullying Kayla Nicole. They're no longer together. I have no issues with her, but that's a different conversation. I do think that Taylor Swift is intimidated by Kayla Nicole, given the fact that she went through all the trouble to make this comment about Kayla Nicole in her music. She is also intimidated by the fact that Travis Kelce has a history and a preference for black women, because he's had a history of dating mostly black women. I will never forget on this show, I don't remember if it was a cheaters show. Y'all know, one of those little shows where they catch a man in the act or a woman in the act cheating, and they go find the partner and expose them. Well, it was this black guy who was married to a white woman, and come to find out, he was cheating on her with a black woman. And that white woman called that black woman everything under the sun of God, because she was very offended that a black man will be attracted to his own, and most importantly, will still stick his stuff inside of a black woman's body, because she was used in her mind to being put on a very high pedestal by black men. And I say that to say that America is used to black women being considered undesirable, unwanted, unloved, because of the rhetoric that the media as well as black men have put out there against black women. You would be amazed that the very same white women who have everything in this world can still be intimidated and jealous of a woman of another race, specifically because they feel like they're supposed to be the only ones that is deemed attractive and desirable. The world is very much so used to seeing black women as a national punching bag for racist as well as racist black men. They do not want to see black women in happy, healthy relationships with men, and particularly men of other races, and most importantly, white men, because it completely ruins and it destroys the image of us being so unattractive and so undesirable, right? And that brings me back to my point with Taylor Swift. I do feel like she feels a need to compete with Kayla Nicole. Kayla Nicole is somewhere minding her business. Kayla Nicole can get her another white man if she wanted to. Today, if she wanted to. They are abundant out there. But the fact that the man that she's getting ready to marry had the nerve and the audacity to be attracted to a black woman, I think it makes her feel a bit uneasy, along with her weird fans. In one of my videos, I recently had this very same conversation about how the world is very much so intimidated by the fact that black women, and especially people like Olandria from Love Island, they see you being loved on by a man of another race, and specifically a white man, that it pisses them off because it completely destroys that negative imagery that's been placed in their head for so long that we are undeserving and unlikable women. Look at how Olandria was talked about like a dog. She had white women all over the place punching on a punching bag, pretending like they were punching her face and calling her all types of derogatory names. Mind you, Olandria was not even aggressive or the aggressor on Love Island at all. It was Huda who was aggressive on Love Island, and she did not get not 1 ounce of the smoke that Olandria got. And the fact that a white, skinny, blonde, white woman who's a billionaire will go all through the trouble to make a song dedicated to slandering and talking trash in a very sneaky, underhanded way towards a black woman who is somewhere out there minding her business tells me all I need to know. Yes, the world is intimidated by black women's beauty and charm. I strongly encourage black women to get out of Blackistan. It is the most dangerous, unhealthy place to be. And make sure you explore your options of other races, because I tell you, baby, you are loved and wanted, honey. The world knows that we are the ish. That's why we are copied at every chance, yet ridiculed about our looks and our hair and skin tone. Yet and still, people are getting lip injections, butt injections, and the list goes on, because we already have those things naturally. Anywho, leave a comment down below, ladies. Let me know what you think about this topic. How do you feel about this Taylor Swift situation? And make sure you leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and share if you care. Love you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.